Meet Nate and Amy, the founders of Spir Candle Co. Coming from the Latin word spire, meaning breathe, these candles are made with purpose. Nate and Amy's work began with Cathedral, a venue that uniquely donates 100% of its profits to charity. In collaboration with a local transitional home, Nate and Amy started their event company hiring previously incarcerated youth. Most of the work entailed setting up, cleaning, and managing the event space. However, when hit with a global pandemic, Cathedral had to regroup in order to keep their men employed.
And then 2020 hit, and in 2020, we went from, having an operating business to having no events for not to do essentially 16 months, a year and a half almost. But we had, at this point, we had been working with guys for over a year and a half, almost 2 years. And so this community had counted us to show up, and we were unwilling to bail. And so we had to figure out something to keep guys busy. And so we started making candles, and that's how Spir Candle Co came out.
Spire serves as a learning community for young men to gain independence and confidence in their work.
They're just they're so full of joy. He talks about family. They embrace me physically and emotionally as if I'm family, as if he's family, our kids are. They're just amazing young men who I think with the right environment and the right type of support structures when they get out can do some really amazing, beautiful things.
With a work culture that emphasizes second chances, kindness, and family, let's take a look into the jobs of these young men. The work is typical of other candle companies. A scent is chosen, added to melted wax, and poured into metal or glass containers, with wicks prepared and set straight. At completion, however, each candle is signed by the young man who made it. Not only are employees crafting candles, they're rebuilding their personal pathways, and you can see that on the final product. So what does the hiring process look like for this candle company?
And so what happens is for good behavior, while young men are still finishing their sentencing in juvenile detention, they can finish their sentencing in a house that's in the greater Seattle area. And one of the main benefits is that they can work. So this is still while they're in jail, finishing their sentencing, and they can get jobs. And so we work directly with that home to hire the young men.
Employees at Spire come and go, with over 65 young men employed by Spire and over 10,000 hours worked in total. This is Shane, Spire's operations manager, who has been with the company for 5 years.
When I was at the transitional home, I would see guys going, they're like, oh, we're going to Cathedral, because that's our space. So I was like, oh, guys are going to Cathedral, or they're going to go pray or something, So I was like, once they asked me if I wanted to go, I was like, yeah, sure.
And this is John, an employee who has been at Spire for a year and some change.
So at first I was at a group home in Woodinville, and then the one who introduced me today, that's when I started over here. And she's out there working here, I kind of like it. So the transition was pretty good.
Spire takes on a nuanced approach in helping these young men. Their method highlights developing core soft skills while using empathy.
The word family gets tossed around a lot, and sometimes in manipulative ways. And what we are creating, I do think, feels a lot like family, in that it isn't perfect, but you're always welcome back.
I hope to model just being as a whole role model, being able to show them how to be responsible, the skills they need to succeed in any job, soft skills, hard skills.
With a strong foundation and supportive community, what comes next for these young men?
Strengthening my leadership skills and being able to see that I can make a real impact in the community and in the guys that I work with here. Just kind of instilling all those values and stuff like that into the guys, so when they go out into the community, and if they work here or if they work anywhere, being able to have those skills to succeed in the workplace.
While Spire continues to grow and provide second chances, there are some harsh realities that come with its operation.
The truth is, it's a really wide range of guys who will get back in trouble and get back locked up. guys who find part-time work elsewhere. You know, we have, the reality is like for every success story, there's at least one that isn't successful. While also, it's also the impetus of us wanting to grow because we think, and I don't say this in any sense of arrogance, I'm not sure there's anything else in the entire state that can provide the type of stability that we can provide if we grow.
With an inspiring mission and strong community impact, Spire relays the importance of second chances and bringing empathy into workspaces. With each donation and candle sale, Spire is one step closer to its nonprofit's goal. So, how will Spire go about this?
We want to be one of the biggest candle companies in the world. We're etching. We're kind of far from that right now, but we're etching closer.
Normal people, average people, making decisions intentionally to share a post, buy a candle. You know, as we grow, so will our offerings and products grow. And so all we ask of people is that if you're gonna buy a candle, buy it from us.